In this demo, you're going to learn how to upload files to OneDrive using Microsoft Graph, including both small files and large files. So this demo assumes that I've already created the Azure AD application and the .NET console application from the previous demo in this module. I'm going to have to update the Azure AD application and console app to complete the task that I want to show you in this demo. So the first step we have is to update the Azure AD application, to add a permission grant that'll enable the .NET Core console app to upload files to the signed in user's OneDrive account. So I'm going to start by going back to our Azure AD app. And on the API permissions page, I'm going to add a permission for Microsoft Graph, and it's going to be a delegated permission. I'm going to search for the permission files.readWrite that we can see right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one and then select add permission. And then I'm going to select grant admin consent followed by yes in the consent dialog to grant all the users this permission. Now in this next section, I'm going to update the console app to upload a small text file to the user's OneDrive account. So I'm going to come over to the project and I'm going to create a new file here called small file.txt. And I'm just going to add a little bit of text to this file and save our changes. Let's go back to our app. The first thing I need to do is I need to go find the spot in our application where we're creating the authorization provider, and I need to define another scope for the other permission that we're adding. So we have files.read and we also need files.readWrite. Now within our main method, I'm going to scroll up, I'm going to find the line in our main method where we are getting the authenticated client right here. So I'm going to delete all of the previous code that I've already added to our project with displaying data. And what I want to do, let me add some code here and explain what this does. So I'm looking for a file named small file. And so I'm going to get a path to that file, which is going to be in the same folder where our application is running. So we can see that's going to show up here. It's going to grab this file here in our console app. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be reading in the file. So I'm getting a file stream for the file, and then using the Microsoft Graph client, the me endpoint, drive, and root endpoint, I'm going to create a new file here, an item with the path. So there's that file right there. The content that I'm going to be passing in, or that I want to pass into the file, I'm going to create a request, and then I'm going to call the put async for a drive item. And I'm going to pass in the file stream that's being provided. And then I'm going to get the result back. That's then going to upload our file. You can see here that the result that I get back is going to contain the URL of the file that we're uploading. So let's give it a shot. So I'm going to come back here and do a .NET build again, followed by a .NET run. This is going to prompt me to first log in. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in the username for the user and paste in their password. So now it's uploading the file to their OneDrive, and we can see here it's going to list out where the file is actually uploaded. Let's open a browser and let's take a look. So what I'm going to do is come back to the browser and I'm going to go to OneDrive. And we're going to go ahead and sign in as the current user. And if I scroll down, we should see our small file that was just uploaded about a minute ago. And so sure enough, we can see that we're uploading a file successfully. So now let's update the application to upload a large file. So what I need to do is I need to obtain a large file, something that's at least 5 megs, and copy it to the root of the .NET Core console app. So here's a file here called operations PBIX. So I'm just going to download this file. And I'm just going to stick this file inside of the root of our project. I'm going to rename this file to largefile.zip. All right, now if I go back to my project, we can see our largefile.zip right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first find the code that we added to upload a small file, and I'm going to comment this out. And I'm going to add the following code to get a reference to our large file. So here's our large file. I'm going to get a reference to it. So here's the file path, and here's the file that we're going to upload. Now that we have a reference to our file, let's go ahead and add some code to start uploading our file. So let me explain what's going on here. I'm going to first load the resource in as a stream. So there's the file. We're going to open it up in read mode. And then I'm going to create this thing called an upload session. The upload session is allowing us to create like a multi-part upload for this large file. Next, under the create upload task, I'm going to add some additional code here. And what this does is this is going to define the chunk of files of the data in the file that I want to upload. And then it's going to create a large upload task for the upload session that we obtained earlier using the file data that we're streaming in, and then the size of the amount of data that we want to upload in this session. One thing to note here is that if your app splits a file into multiple byte ranges, the size of each byte range must be a multiple of 320 KB. This, using a fragment size that doesn't divide evenly by 320, will result in errors when you're committing some files. So the number that I'm showing you here of being 320 is something that I'd suggest you consider. Now, the large file upload task object is going to report the progress of the upload. So I can use this capability by creating an implementation of something called an iProgress interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some additional code here under this comment. And what that will do is I'll have the upload progress that I can define and just write out to the console as the file is being uploaded. The last step is to go ahead and upload the file. So I'm going to come down here to the upload file, and I'll paste in this code. So you see here on the upload result, this is going to use that large upload task. It's going to start uploading the file, and it's going to use our upload progress iProgress interface. And then once it's completed, or once it's succeeded, it'll then say that the file has now been uploaded. So now we can test this out by doing a .NET build, followed by a .NET run. It's going to ask me to log in. I'll paste in my username, do the same thing for my password. And what we should see is it should report back as it's uploading the file. And sure enough, you can see there's 320 bytes are being uploaded at a time. It's a rather large file, so this is just going to take a moment for it to finish. There we go. We can see now that it says the file has been uploaded. So let's go back to the browser and let's refresh the page to see if the file has been uploaded. Scroll down a little bit. I'm looking for a file named large file, which we can see it was uploaded just a few seconds ago. So in this demo, you saw how to upload files to OneDrive using Microsoft Graph, both small and large files.